Sherry, and welcome to another episode of Hear That Tune right here on Community Channel 6. It is our contribution to the build-up of Spice Mass 2014. In case you've missed last week's episode, well, you've missed a treat. Hear That Tune is a program where we look at the number of songs that are out on the airwaves. Some of them is on YouTube, some of them on Facebook. And we're going to look at the lyrical content and the way the people sing. I shouldn't say people, but the artists. And to do that, I have with me Blossy. But before Blossy introduces herself, I'd just like to let you know, the views expressed here are ours. It is not the producer's views. It is not management views. It is just how we see the selections. Blossy?
That's right, Sherry. These views, they're no way associated with CC6. This is our opinion. And this week we have a lot of the top selections for you. Last week we looked at 6. This week, of course, we have some of the top artists and top soakers that you've been hearing so far, even the groovies and a calypso. So, Sherry, from last week's episode to this week, tell me what you expect.
Well, I expect to make some hits and to seriously make some miss. Because I'm telling you, I cannot jump the gun on the producers, you know. But there's a particular selection that was played for me, and as I said, the producers get the selections, we listen, and I know nothing else to say, man. Let the producer play the song. Mr. Grenada. Oh, Lord.
All right, well, let me start the program one time, same time. Mr. Producer, bring in the first tune. Let's tell you what we think about it.
I live in Spice Country, a beautiful place to be. With my friends and family, and no love so wrong me. Plenty mommies, plenty daddies, plenty babies, plenty aunties, plenty water, plenty sun. Winding up on high so much. Spice Island got a brand new dance to it. Auntie,
hear that tune, hear that tune, hear that tune,
dip it to one, walk it up, dip it to one, story it up, dip it to one, walk it up. Dip it to one, story it up. Do the tiptoe dancer. Do the tiptoe dancer. Do the tiptoe dancer. Spice Island brand new dancer. All you like it, all you love it, all you like it, all you love it. Just tip it up, tip it up, tip it up, tip it up. Don't aim back way in the sea. All the girls telling me you're very entertaining. Your music I was swinging. You have the whole place rocking. All over the world singing. Man and woman they jump.
This is very hard to digest. Just imagine a big man like that say he's a soca artist. Was it last year before? All different color panty in your face. Now you come with the horseman dance tippy too. Watch, you see that? We may as well just cut it off one time and go to a selection.
No, that song is a shot. When you hear I go soca monarch, any show that it have and they tippy-toeing, just look for me all over the place. I tippy-toeing right here.
If that is the case, I go just jump back to last week's episode. Best you say you like Puma in your face.
No.
Puma on the boss.
That's
you make
different.
me say it wrong and all.
That's different. Tippy-toe, whether he's a big man or a little child. The song nice. It's a little fun selection for the season. You're tippy-toeing, and I've learned this year to expect any song from anybody. So when I tippy-toeing, just give me room, because I will be needing space.
Alright.
Right around the place I tippy-toe.
Honestly, in the introduction, we said it's our view. So that is your view. But for me, viewers, that is a miss. This tippy toe. I mean to say, if I go in the little kindergarten thing to do something, a child come and sing tippy toe for me, I go rate it up. A little child, but a big man like that singing to tell me go and drum and tell me tippy toe. Mr. Producer, next selection,
no,
please.
As you can see, something is wrong with the individual. Tippy-toe to me is a hit. That one hit me. I'll be tippy-toeing all over the place. You're telling me. Next one.
Let's go. Shelly. When you see me jumping up, I must find myself behind a truck. Hey, alcohol in my cup. So I feel to wine and a girl bump and don't stop. So don't mind if I fall on block and drain. Please don't call my name. Hey,
that tune. Hear that tune. Boy, hear that tune, me man.
Don't say I no good when alcohol take over me brain. Carnival is calling. Let's go. Yeah, yeah. Bacchanal is calling. Let's go. Yeah, yeah. Alcohol is calling. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. 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 Carnival calling.
Viewers, as you realize, I love it. I want to believe this is my favorite song for 2014 so far. I love how the song, I like the melody, I like the lyrics. I really love the backup with the look at, are they in that? This one is a hit for me. This one is a hit because the Carnival calling me. Everybody know I love Carnival. So this song actually speaks to me in that lovely soca voice that I love. So this one is a hit.
Flossie, you know that selection make me feel? I feel like I just call Helen and tell her I will fit in a costume. I feel like I just go on the stage for King and the Queen of the Night, put on that selection and just carry my costume again. That is to tell you how I love it. And you see, the first time I heard it, I had to pay attention, you know, because you could see a growth in the voice and everything. But who would ever believe this is Mr. Legs today?
Mr. Legs has always been one of the consistent contributors to Spice. He makes sure that he comes through with at least one song for the year. And they say he didn't disappoint. I really love the tune. I think he really took his time and really, he probably thought of what soca lovers and carnival lovers are really feeling, especially as a build up to Spice Mass. This is something that is calling you, and I think that's what he's speaking about. He took his time, he put the song together nicely. Big up to him, his producers, everybody that worked on the selections, whether he wrote it or not. Whoever wrote it, it's a beautiful song. I'm really feeling it. It's calling me. I'm wanting to volunteer as a backup, just to sing the part about.
But Blossom, you know, the reason why I think he's doing so well, you know, he's actually studying the whole music business and he has his little studio in New York and so on, he's working. So I guess if you want to produce for somebody, you have to let them know, hey, I can do it too and I can sound good and so. So Mr. Legs, you hit me. And that was really good. So Mr. Producer, I find a little too calm still. Send down the tunes.
Well, me can't stand. They just take it and do what they want. Take them back, take them back. Take them back to the days of soca. Bring them back, bring them back. Bring them back to the roots and culture. Take it back, take it back. Take it back to the king of soca. Bring it back, bring it back. But tell them, bring it back to his rightful owner. You don't see what them do. Take the thing and do what they want. But it's just so that they
Hear that tune.
let them just do
Hear
what
that
they want.
tune.
We don't worry, we
Hear
hear
that
and
tune,
tell them.
man.
No way, we not frightened. Them could do as they want, as long as them no press a wrong button. Soca, we give it, we love it, we live it. And every day I will tell them we could defend it. So they could run come one by one. They could send them two by two. Like Jericho wall, standing tall, ready and willing to take them back, take them back. Take them back to the days of soca. Bring them back, bring them back. Bring them back to the roots and culture. Take it back, take it back. Take it back to the king of soca. Bring it back, bring it back. Tell them, bring it back to his
Sherry,
rightful
I think this one hits me because I think I understand what Shotney is trying to do. He's trying to bring everybody back into what used to be the good old days of soca. I think he wants to take them away from some of the nonsense that they're doing these days to when soca was good soca. So for that, it hit me. I admit this is probably the second time I'm hearing the song. I heard it for the first time yesterday. So that's what I get from it so far. Maybe as I listen to it more, I might hear something as another message. But it hit me so far. We're fine.
I think it's a very good selection. Well put together and the message is just straightforward. Shortpree is the son of Skylark. Skylark used to write some brilliant calypsos / soca back in the days. And Shortpree, living up to the standard as a former groovy monarch and a former monarch out of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Shortpree, you hit me and you hit me real hard. That's a big tune, viewers.
And he has a voice for groovy. He has
Yes,
a
yes.
voice that could sing, and he doesn't necessarily need the hype to get the crowd going. So it's a hit. Hit.
Viewers, at this time we take a break, but we'll be back with much more right here on Hear That Tune.
Take them back, take them back. Bring them back, bring them back. Take them back, take them back.
I have one voice.
I have one voice.
In the Caribbean,
In the Caribbean,
I can make free calls.
I can make free calls
Between Trinidad,
between Trinidad,
Grenada,
Grenada,
Barbados,
Barbados,
and Jamaica.
and Jamaica.
Only with my one voice service from Flow. So, one voice.
Speaks to many.
Accurate.
This trade union leader has not been bought. This trade union leader is not for sale.
Balanced. Former ministers also qualify for that retroactive increase.
We have not asked for any money. I have not been paid any money.
Credible.
You will never see a different person in Keith Major. Politics will not change me.
CC6 Newsnight, the ABC of news.
I just received some news that investors destined for Grenada disappeared with flight MH370.
Weeknights at 6:30 p.m., rebroadcast at 9:30 p.m.
The most trusted source for news, right here on CC6, your home for local programming.
Add the best phone service to the fastest broadband in Grenada, and you get Flow, surf, and chat. With 10 megabytes per second, you can surf the web, download a lot faster, and keep up with your friends on Facebook. Plus, get a landline with no strings attached. Get the lowest calling rates and 500 free minutes to call local and Caribbean landline for just $95 a month. Don't be fooled by those fast-talking ads. Get Flow, surf and chat, and turn up your home entertainment. Nobody beats Flow for your home. Sign up and save today. Flow.
Welcome back, viewers. We are right here having fun, expressing our views, our opinions on a number of the selections that have been released thus far for Spice Mass 2014. Prior to the break, we had our discussion on a selection from Mr. Legs, one from Mr. Grenada. Waiting on the producers now to lay another selection on us.
Do what you want. Drink if you want. Do your bullshit. Tell them this. Get right if you want. Get mad if you want. Lord, you may know, sir. You don't have to be the best whiner. You don't have to be the best drinker. You don't want to wine and bend over.
Hear that tune. Hear that tune. Oh, hear that tune.
You may know that two one thing. Say me tell you two one thing. Hey, tell you two one thing. You may know. Hey, start to begin to talk about Fred.
Sherry, something about this song reminds me of Blackadance 2013 Holding Jam. I don't know if it's the music or the melody or something about it reminds me of Holding Jam. It hit me, but it hit me soft because I'm feeling it out still. I ain't sure. What you think?
Blossom, you hear the man say, do your thing. You could say your thing, but for me, I like the selection. And you know what I really like about Blackadance selection? He does not do no hymn. He give it a tune, you dance, and if you want to wheel again, you wheel again. He hit me. He didn't hit me as hard as Mr. Legs, but he hit me as a young man who trying. And let me tell you something. You know what? He ain't talking. He's singing. Alright, so I'm giving him props. Short pre. I say short pre. Blackadance, continue writing and singing these nice short songs. Clean lyrics, down to my little daughter. I should say my young daughter could listen and enjoy. Don't worry, Blossom.
No. I ain't saying I like the tune. I like the tune. But if he has to defend, which he does have to,
I don't even have to defend, but do you think?
That's what I'm saying. So he needs to come with something else to defend the crown. The song ain't too bad. It just reminds me of Whole Day We Jamming.
If
but other than that,
is
it's
a song to defend the groovy, then I would share different sentiments. But this is one thing to introduce you and say, here, the king is here.
Oh, that's still
that's right.
Right now. Well, I hope so.
The monarch must tease you, you know. The monarch must tease you.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll give you that one. So come true. Let me see what's going on.
Oh, and I have to tell him something. I came to the launch at Carnival City and you're still bowing down and sing, man. Face your audience and enjoy what you're doing. Mr. Producer, next selection.
You're listening to BoyDogFactory.com.
What's skinny? What you doing for Juve morning? What you doing for ma? Boys, I'll be winding up on a girl when the truck and the speaker pass and baby chip into let's go. Shade a black pussy cap and a stick across the back. Baby chip into let's go.
Hear that tune, hear that tune, boy. Hear that tune, nigga.
Everybody who clean and get dab. 473 in the heart of France, Italy, and Trinidad. When we put on all, we go on them. And we take all the shell and we song them. When the jam just step out in full suit and black, if you start, you couldn't finish. Everybody know Grenada me from. So with my from time we touch down. Hey, hey, a dirty jam we go play. Boys, they big up you and your crew, but I'm bringing the jam up Carrico. Boy, lad, lad, lad. Anyway, money, jab, election. I did in the jab, section.
But Skinny Bantam and Boise, that is what you call a well put together collaboration. Voice, the tone, the lyrics, the music, the execution. I'm loving it, people.
I love it too. I love to see when two big artists could come together and make a selection where you don't have to struggle and think, who leading, who in the back, who taking the lead. Both of them sharing the stage, sharing the spotlight with the song. I'm loving it. I think this song making me want to play Jab Jab for Juve Mon. And it's usually going to colored paint because I can't take the old oil. But if that song pumping the road on the carnage or wherever they have DJ this year, I might just take a little old oil on the right hand and set up myself with a shade of black.
So at this time, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we have much more selections to lay on you.
I have one voice.
I have one voice.
In the Caribbean.
In the Caribbean.
I can make free calls.
I can make free calls.
Between Trinidad.
Between Trinidad.
Grenada.
Grenada.
Barbados.
Barbados.
And Jamaica.
And Jamaica.
Only with my one voice service from Flow. So, one voice
speaks to many.
Accurate.
This trade union leader has not been bought. This trade union leader is not for sale.
Balanced.
Former ministers also qualify for that retroactive increase.
We have not asked for any money. I have not been paid any money.
Credible.
You will never see a different person from Keith Major. Politics will not change me.
CC6 Newsnight, the ABC of news.
I just received some news that investors destined for Grenada disappeared with flight MH370.
Weeknights at 6:30 p.m. Rebroadcast at 9:30 p.m.
The most trusted source for news, right here on CC6, your home for local programming.
Quintal climb on back with a stick back chat. Chat a boy we no sing and strap. If a boy try to bring back chat on the gunpowder we use bad man we use and trap. Boy just to sing fast track tell cool and relax. Where's the bring my tree lap? Then they get shot with the fat. Pound them body like copy with glitches on pack them. Quintal know the mission. Anything to stop up off night vision. When the BDB come down, all you know we real fun. Mass over mass, you know we don't afraid.
Live on Community Channel 6 every Saturday, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. It's Sound System Saturday.
welcome back to Hear That Tune right here on CC6. I'm Blossom. This is Sherry to my right. And we've been looking at a lot of the top selections for 2014 so far. So, Mr. Producer, bring in the next one because you know we have the words to tell you what we think about it. Next one.
We starting it now. The place about to get loud. Watch your ass in the crowd. Everybody get rowdy. We starting it now. The place about to get loud. Watch your ass in the crowd. Everybody get rowdy. We starting it now. 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 When green, I cannot be here. Come here to wait. And in the air, and bad behave. Do as I say. Behave that way. Call the cops for way. Because I'm asked we say. We starting it now. The place about to get loud. Watch your ass in the crowd. Everybody get rowdy. We starting it now. The place about to get loud. Watch your ass in the crowd. Everybody get rowdy. We starting it now. 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 We starting it now.
Lava, we started before you're on Channel 6, but I want to say something. You realize I stand up? Last week episode, I tell you as it is about this doggy style. I could live with this one a bit, you know. But where are the rest of words for the verses? I understand the hook line now. We starting it now, Blossy.
You hear too?
Yeah, girl. I like it. I like the vibes.
Love it.
I'm going to wait for that one.
I'll give you that one. Because last week I tell you I wasn't feeling doggy style. This week I could understand now. I'm feeling it. As usual, I'm having problems really understanding what you're saying.
Blossom, all you have to understand is we starting it now.
Yes, but I want to sing along. I want to sing.
But in and nothing else, we starting it now.
Okay, point. But still.
And just wave and run and
sing
start
the
the
thing. And then when it's the voice, just run around the place.
Yeah, because
like I'm mad.
It's we starting it now. And if you wish to say Wayne Green, you can say Wayne Green. But it's we started it now. That is what the song is about. We started it now.
Fair enough.
Lava, I like it.
Oh, give it out.
But I'm still waiting for my selection.
Oh, give it out. Oh, jam to that one. I still wouldn't jam to doggy style. But I'm going to jam to now. So we feeling it.
Hear that in the background again. We starting it now.
And then when you sing in the voice, just take off of that speed. Me and Kirani go in competition.
You're supposed to start something when you go into the voice. To the voice.
Fair enough. It hit me. Kind of softy, but it hit me still. So, get that one, Lava. Get on.
Lava, you hit me. I can hear your words in this one because I could say we starting it now without having to ask my co-workers or my daughter home. Viewers, this is where we come to the end of another episode of Hear That Tune right here on Community Channel 6. And remember, the views expressed are our own and not our colleagues. They only select the selections. We listen and we give our views. So at this time, I want to turn over to Blossy for she to tell you how you can submit songs that you would like us to share our views on right here on Hear That Tune as we wait on Spice Master Climax 2014.
Of course, viewers, you can always hit us up on our email address. It's cc6@columbus.co. cc6@columbus.co. You can send in your comments, whether it's tunes that we've already looked at or there's a selection that you want us to give our opinion on. If there's a tune that you're not sure about and you want to hear how we feel about it, feel free as well. Comments about the shows, whatever you want to tell us, feel free to send it. Again, cc6@columbus.co. Thank you so much for joining us. And of course, next week we'll have more of the top selections from 2014. Groovy, soca, calypso, and if you all behave, we might give you a bonus track every now and then. So feel free to join in.
You know why I would tell them to tune in next week? We'll give them a little piece of Kingman. A little piece of Kingman.
Everybody loves a piece of
try
Kingman.
to figure out who is Kingman. That would be a bonus for next week. And remember, we started it now. So in case you hear any imitation thing on another station, it starts right here.